Good morning, students. So welcome back to online class. So in the previous class, we learned what is constitution, what is the meaning and importance of constitution, then the importance of constitution, what are the important factors of constitution, what is drafting committee, then drafting committee of constitution, size of our constitution, next preamble constitution, isn't it? Constitution means a set of basic rules followed by a country. So not only the public, even the presidents, prime ministers, officers, judges, all the people have to honor and obey the rules and regulations of our country. Okay, next, so what is drafting committee of the Constitution? The Constitution Assembly prepared the Constitution. Dr. Rajendra Prasad, who president, when he assembled the first meeting is drafting committee of Constitution. Next, the process of preparing the Constitution, the Assembly created the various committee. In that various committee, the one is we called as drafting committee, which is under the chairmanship of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. Okay, he was the law minister of 1947 to January 1950. So the constitution was adopted in India as a republic. Okay, when we got our republic, January 26th, 1950. So every year we are celebrating as a national festival. So when it was approved in the month of 1949, November 26th. They gave the constitution gave approved. Okay. Next, preamble constitution. The preamble constitution is the heart of the constitution. Each individual public is having the self-respect, rights, duties, freedom, then fraternity, self-respect, national integrity, everything is there. Okay, this we call it as a preamble constitution. So the last class we learned this, isn't it? Now, today we are going to study about the salient features of the constitution. Salient features of the constitution. What is the meaning for salient? Salient means an important or noticed. Okay, this important features or these features are noticeable. Okay, the salient means noticeable, important features. So what are the important salient features of our constitution? So what are the important salient features? One is written constitution. One is written constitution. The second one is republic. The second one is republic. The third one is fundamental rights and duties. Fundamental rights and duties. The fourth one is secularism. The fourth one is secularism. The fifth one is independent judiciary. Independent judiciary. The sixth one is universal adult franchise. Universal adult franchise. The last one is election system. The last one is election system. So these are the 7 important salient features in our constitution. Okay, the first we are going to study about the written constitution. What is written constitution? The Indian, you all know, the constitution means it's a written, it's a legally it is written. Okay, the written form, the constitution means written form. The Indian constitution is in written form. So this is the lengthiest constitution in the world. This is the lengthiest constitution. Which is the lengthiest constitution? The written constitution, the Indian constitution. The Indian constitution is the written constitution. This is the lengthiest constitution in the world. The structure, the power, and the power extent of the three organs of the government are the power, structure, and extent power. Extent power of the three organs. What are the three organs of the government? Legislature, executive, and judiciary. These are the three important organs in our government, in our Indian constitution. So legislature means, yesterday I explained you, a group of people who have power to change the law. Okay, executive means to make plans and decisions. Judiciary means judges of central and state government, which forms a group. Okay, the power, structure, and extent power. So these are the three organs of our very important organs in our constitution, in the government. So judiciary, already I explained what is meant by judiciary, what is meant by executive, and what is meant by legislature. So there is a single constitution. So there is no more than single constitution. We are having only one constitution for both central and state government. We are having only one constitution for central and state government. So therefore, the sizes of the constitution is very big. Okay, the sizes of the constitution is very big. So again, I'm telling the Indian constitution is the it is in the written form. This is the lengthiest constitution in the world. The structure, the power, the extent power, or the three organs, important organs of the government, or legislature, executive, judiciary. Already we explained. Legislature means a group of people who have power to change the law. Executive means to make plans and decisions. Judiciary means judges of both central and state government. We are having only single constitution for both central and state government. So that's why our size of the constitution is very big. Okay, this is about the written constitution. Now we are going to study about the republic. What is meant by republic? Freedom, isn't it? Republic. The constitution had declared, the constitution has declared India as a republic, isn't it? As we all know, so we got our republic on January 26th. The Constitution Assembly declared India as a republic. So in the case of the republic system, there is no rule of king. In the case of republic system, India is a republic country, isn't it? So we are electing the leaders. We are choosing the leaders by voting, isn't it? So there is no king or queen rule in our country. So there is no rule of king. Instead, that the rule of elected representatives by the people. We are choosing the leaders. Who has to be the prime minister? Who should be the chief minister? We are electing the leaders. So India, which has this kind, is called political system. Okay, the India which has a system called, we call it as a political system. So it's known as democratic republic. Democratic republic. Okay, this is about the republic. Again, I'm telling, the constitution declared India as a republic. There is no rule of king or queen. Okay, instead there is the rule of the representative by electing by the people. So we are choosing our leaders. So India, which has the kind of political system, is known as democratic republic. Okay, this is about the republic. The next one is fundamental rights and duties. So you all know the previous class we learned fundamental duties, constitution, everything we learned in the 5th standard itself. This is not a new concept for you. So what are the fundamental rights and duties? The Constitution guaranteed, okay, the Constitution guaranteed 6 fundamental duties to the citizen at present. The Constitution has given to the citizen 6 fundamental duties. 6 fundamental duties. Okay, the state can never pass the law. The state can never pass the law that curbs these fundamental rights. What is the meaning of curbs? Curbs. What is the meaning of curbs? If the third person, okay, he created non-violent, it's beyond the limit, uncontrollable. So in that situation, the state government cannot change the rules. He has to be punished. Okay, those who are creating the violent, those who are not obeying the rules, those are going beyond the limit, beyond the control. So in that period, those who are the third persons, okay, the state government can never change the rules and laws. They has to be punished. Okay, the judiciary has the power to rectify it. So only the judiciary. Who is judiciary? The judges, a group of people, state or central government. Okay, a group of persons, we call it as a judiciary. Only the judiciary can rectify this. Okay, the state government cannot change the rules. Those who for curbs, those who are making the unwanted, violent, not obeying the rules, we call it as a curbs. Okay, yes, the government has the authority to control the freedom to practice one's religion in the interest of the public. The government has rights to control the public. So government has control to rights the public. This is about the fundamental rights and duties. So we are having 11 fundamental duties. Okay, again I'm telling Constitution. The Constitution guarantees 6 fundamental duties to the citizen. At present, the state can never pass or never change the rule. Those for curbs are creating the unwanted violence. Okay, so in case of violation, anything has happened, only the judiciary can rectify this problem. The citizens cannot exercise, the public cannot do whatever they like. Okay, the 11 fundamental duties are in our Constitution. Okay, the next is secularism. What is meant by secularism? The Constitution upholds the principle of secularism. The Constitution upholds the principle of secularism. What is meant by secularism? Secularism means there is no difference between the religion, not in caste, not in color. All are equal in front of the law. Okay, all are equal in front of the law. The Constitution upholds the principle of secularism. The governments are expected to make no discrimination. There is no differentiate, not in color, not in education, so not in poor or rich. So in front of the law, all the peoples are equal. The government considers no religion. There is no religion. Every citizen is having practice to their religion of the choice. So we are having our own choice to choose the religion, isn't it? In the previous class we learned we are having rights to stay in the other country, other state, other district. We are having own our choice to write the education. So each and everything we are having our own choice. Even we are having our own choice to for the religion or faith. The government has the authority to control the freedom to practice one's religion to the interest of the public. Okay, this is about the secularism. The next one is independent judiciary. So what is meant by independent judiciary? The judiciary is independent, isn't it? You all know the judiciary means, I told, the group of judges, even the state or central. The judiciary is the independent of executive and legislature and has equate powers. Both the executive and the legislature should they have the equate powers in front of the judiciary. So neither the government or the parliament can interfere with the function of the judiciary. Even the state government or central government or parliamentary, no one should interfere in the judiciary. All are equal before in front of the law. In front of the law, each and everyone have right to justice is the principle of the judiciary. The decision of the Supreme Court is the final decision and expected to adhere it. The decision of the final decision from Supreme Court is the final. The decision of the Supreme Court is final. Okay, this is about the independent judiciary. Again, I'm telling judiciary is the independent of executive and legislature and has adequate powers. Neither the government, maybe a central government or state government or parliamentaries can never interfere in the judiciary system. So all are equal. Even the prime ministers, presidents, public, people, all are equal in front of the law. In front of the law is the principle of, this is the principle of judiciary. Each and everyone should get justice. The decision of the Supreme Court is the final. The decision of the Supreme Court is the final. Okay, this is about the independent judiciary. The next one is universal adult franchise. Universal adult franchise. What is meant by universal adult franchise? Okay, the system of electing representatives. The system of electing representatives through voting. Through voting of adult members above 18 years. You all know, above 18 years, we are having right to vote, right to choose the leaders. So this we call it as a universal adult franchise. Okay, the system electing representatives through the vote members 18 years above is called the universal adult franchise. All the citizens are eligible of voting without any discrimination. So all above 18 years as having right to vote. There is no differentiate in the color, there is no differentiate in the dignity, not education, not rich or poor. Each and everyone is having the rights to vote above 18 years. So if we want good government, we have to vote. We have to choose the leaders. This is about the universal adult franchise. The last one is election system. The last one is election system. So what is election system? India is the largest democracy in the world. Which country is the largest democracy in the world? India. India is the largest democracy in the world. In the past 6 decades, periodic elections have been conducted. What is the meaning of decades? Decade means 10 years. Okay, decades means 10 years. In the past 6 decades, the periodic elections have been conducted. Okay, the system of democracy had been equally from deep-rooted. Okay, deep-rooted in our country. It is still satisfactory. It is a still satisfactory system in spite of certain demerits. And sometimes we are also having the demerits, but the democracy system is followed by a route. Okay, India is the largest democracy in the world. It passed 6 decades. 6 decades, 10 elections have been conducted. The system of democratic has been equally rooted in our country. It is still in the satisfactory system. Still we are having satisfaction in the election system. Am I right? Election system. Sometimes it may be a demerits. So this is about the election system. So what are the new terms? Next we are going to study about the new terms. Drafting committee of the constitution. The committee that prepared the drafting constitution placed in the Constitution Assembly for discussion and approval. Discussion and approval. The second one is the rule of people. That means democratic country. So this is about the salient features of our Indian Constitution. So now I completed the lesson. So very shortly you will get the classworks. Students, many students has not submitted the classwork. Why? Yesterday I got only 10 books. So what happened to the other students? Why you didn't submit the classwork? The next week I want all the students classwork, because the first two lessons I gave. For the first 2 lessons from history, unit 1 and unit 2 classworks I gave. Only the first lesson, unit 1, only 10 students submitted the note yesterday. Other students has not submitted. The next class, each and everyone should come and submitted the classwork along with the second unit. So this lesson you will get next week. Okay. The first 2 lessons in history, I gave the notes. Classwork I gave. Assignment also I gave in the last classwork. No one submitted. Again and again, I don't want to give the assignment. Many students has not submitted. It's a compulsory must and should submitted the classwork and the assignment in the next Wednesday. I want all the students books. Okay, today I completed this lesson. This lesson notes very shortly you will get. Okay, our constitution lesson completed. Again, I'm recalling the lesson. Our constitution, meaning and importance of the constitution. Constitution means a set of basic rules followed by a country. The constitution prominent, the fundamental law of the country. Everyone should follow it. What are the fundamental rules? Everything should followed by all the president, prime ministers, then parliamentarians, officers, judges, everything. So it protects the rights of the citizens as all are equal before the law. So it has function to reference to guide to duties to be performed by the government. It coordinates the functions of organs of what? Democratic institutions organs, legislature, executive and judiciary. Drafting committee of constitution, Dr. Rajendra Prasad has elected as the president of the India. After that, he made the first meeting, that is drafting committee. So there were 299 members in the Constitution Assembly. The drafting committee, the process under the chairmanship of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. So he was the law minister from August 15, 1947 to January 26, 1950. You all know the constitution declared as India as a republic in January 26, 1950, but it was approved in the month of November 26, 1950. 1949. The Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha came into force in 1952. Yesterday, I wrote this point on the board. Preamble to the Constitution means the preamble is the heart of the Constitution. It represents the dreams and the ideologies of the people. Each and everyone is having the self-respect, then dignity, fraternity, national integrity, freedom to equality, rights and duties, everything we are having. The Saline Futures means what are the seven Saline Futures? Written Constitution, Republic, Fundamental Rights and Duties, Secularism, Independent Judiciary, Universal Adult Franchise, and Election System. So these are the seven Saline Futures. So today I completed this lesson. Next week you will get the notes. The last 2 units notes you have to submit, must and should submit in the coming Wednesday. Okay, students, thank you. Have a nice day.